Welcome to Hope Channel International. If you had to summarize the Bible, the whole Bible, in a few sentences, how would you do it? This video shares the unifying theme of the good book.
So you're thinking of the first angel's message.
It's
right there in Revelation 14, 6 and 7. And there are two components to it. By the way, it's very important to remember. It's set up by telling us this is the everlasting gospel. This is what Christians are supposed to preach to all the world with a loud voice.
Right.
Yes.
So this is not an incidental message. This is the main thrust in the last moment.
Exactly. And so what is the wonderful news? God's judgment. Whoa. Right. You know, a lot of people will be very worried about that. And the second thing is worship the Creator.
Right. Worship Him who made
heaven and earth, the sea, the fountains of waters.
Major theme through the entire Bible that comes to a head in the book of Revelation.
Precisely. You know, I will admit that throughout the course of my life, I've been kind of worried about that judgment.
Right.
But I think that I'm beginning to understand it a little bit more. You think about how many times in the Bible people ask, where did all of this evil come from? Life isn't like a cowboy movie where the good guy wins every time and gets the girl and rides off into the sunset. Yeah. What happens in real life is the good guy sometimes dies young, poor, and miserable. And the bad guy prospers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have that, Jeremiah talks about it.
David complains about it.
Why do the wicked prosper? And so on. Why is there this terrible injustice that we see? Why does anybody have to suffer and die? Why does the rest of the creation groan? As Paul puts it in, Romans 8:20, I believe it is. You know, talking about the whole creation groaning. Because of sin that's in the world. Why is that? The Bible provides an explanation, but the explanation is that we are not experiencing the justice, the judgment of God. We are experiencing the injustice that we've chosen for ourselves and unleashed on ourselves, the devil's injustice, basically. Life is all about struggle and competition and survival of the fittest and those sorts of things, at least in that Darwinian view. Obviously, the biblical view is quite different. Right. Life is about cooperation with the Creator. And that's what this is calling us to do. It's saying, don't worry, worship the Creator God. Worship the Creator God because He will recreate you. You will be born again. Hey. You don't have to fear that judgment. You will look forward to that judgment when God will set all things right. He will wipe away all tears.